What's going on, everybody? Adam here with eTrailer. Today I'm on my four-wheeler and I needed some mirrors. So today we're going to be taking a look at the CIPA ATV Handlebar mirrors. I would use these mirrors for a lot of different instances. I do a lot of trail riding, so having them upright like this is going to be great. There's a couple times where we're riding and I keep going and then I finally turn around and my friends are gone. So they had a little breakdown on the trail. With this, you'll be able to see the guys behind you just to make sure you're not going to leave them in the dust, just in case you're out enduroing or doing some crazy trail riding with your four-wheeler. This one isn't going to really add a whole lot of length, and in this configuration it adds the least amount. So it's about 2.5 inches from the edge of your handlebars, and it's only going to sit up about 9 inches. So I like this just so I'm not going to clip it on any of the trees that I'm going through on these narrower trails. I have a couple of different properties around the area. We have a bunch of different cattle and pigs and stuff. So we always go and feed them, but we always use a four-wheeler because it's more fun. So if you are doing some road purpose four-wheeling, whether it is a gravel road or just the road that gets you to and from your property, these would be really great to flip out. So we're gonna have a lot more room, and this way we can be able to see towards the back whenever we are on the road. Whether you have the mirrors upright or out wide for the road, I really do have a pretty good look. With the left one, I can see myself fully, and then also with the right one, I can get the same exact view. So I pretty much can see almost everything behind me. And there is a lot of adjustments, so regardless of what orientation you put the mirrors in, you're gonna be able to pivot that mirror to get exactly what you want. And as you can see directly behind me, the pole and me, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now I'm gonna get it set up for the road. Take a Phillips screwdriver, loosen this up a little bit. I'm gonna go out just like that, tighten it up. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side and then get these mirrors adjusted so I can see the whole road behind me. One thing to note, I was thinking that I could have the mirror upright like this, but as you can see, the way the molding is in the back, we're not going to be able to tilt this up any farther. So we won't be able to use the mirrors when they're all the way out like this and have it upright. And of course, we could get the angle we needed if we did something like this, but it is a little bit lower. It's not adding any height to the bars, but just note that we're not going to be able to do this. So you can either do it to the side, or you can go ahead and do it down like this. I personally like it like this because then I can see a little bit more wider of an angle behind me. Now that I have the mirrors all adjusted, everything's good so far, but now we're going to get it on the road and see exactly how much of the road behind you you're going to be able to see. So for you road four-wheelers out there, you guys are definitely going to benefit from having it in this orientation, and even just the second little notch from the very uprights. These worked really well on the road, and I didn't have to sit there and turn around all the time just to see if I'm holding up traffic. So this is going to keep you safe and just keep everybody a lot more happier on the road. But now we're going to do what I love most, and that is trail riding. So engage the trail mirrors and let's go. They didn't give me a whole lot of trouble. You know, I have plenty of room for my hands, so if you are riding during the winter and you have big bulky gloves on, They're not gonna interfere with that. And also with turning, I thought that that was gonna be an issue. But I don't hit it whenever I'm turning around, which is awesome. And whenever I was driving around, I was driving on some big rocks over there. So it was really, really bumpy. Obviously, when my handlebars move, these will move. But once this is installed correctly, it's one with your handlebars. So it's not gonna vibrate or anything like that. You can still see good, even if it's a little bumpier of a ride. Let's go over a couple specs. With the installation, there's a little rod that goes inside your handlebars, and that's gonna be 5/8 of an inch thick. So just make sure you have a hole that big, so this will go in there and you can tighten it up. As far as the mirror goes, we are gonna have a width of about 6 1/8 of an inch, and it's only gonna be about 3 1/4 inches tall. It's pretty good. This isn't a plain mirror. It definitely makes everything look a little bit smaller in the back, so it really gives you a big wide view compared to some of those plain flat mirrors. The most amount of length we're going to add in this configuration from the edge of your handlebars to the outside of our mirror is going to be 10 inches. Pretty self-explanatory, super easy installation. So if you stick around, we're going to show you how we did it. To get these on your ATV, you just need to have an open access to the side of your handlebars. So I do have some grips on here, but there was a little cap. So I actually just took a little razor blade and cleared that out so we can insert this in. But before we do any of that, I do recommend grabbing a Phillips and just loosening this now. There's a couple twists left. And what that's gonna do is just gonna loosen this mechanism so it'll rotate around. If you don't do it enough, it won't. So be sure to loosen it enough. And then we're gonna be in business. So I'm just doing that just because it is gonna hit our throttle housing. So now what we wanna do is just put this into the side. And basically what's gonna happen is as we tighten this bolt with the included Allen key, it's gonna expand. So it's gonna stay in there nice and tight. So kind of just push it up against there. Make sure this little seal is in place. And then take that Allen key and tighten it up. Just like that. Only a couple turns and it's nice and solid. And then we can go ahead and finish our adjustments to figure out exactly where we want them and then rotate this around to get the proper view we're looking for. We can go ahead and just tighten this up a little bit just so it's not going to move around on us. Even though it does really take some effort to go like this, I just want to keep the width of my bars as small as possible because I do go in woods. And so that's why I'm doing like this and just tighten it up. Just like that. And now we're pretty much good to go. This does come in a pack of 1. So if you do want to have them for both sides, you're going to have to grab 2 of them. It's the same exact installation process for both sides, just one's on the right and the other on the left. Pretty simple. Took me about 2 minutes to get it all set up. And that'll do it for a look at the CIPA ATV handlebar mirrors.